Fluoride Free WA is an organisation that tackles the medical ethics of mandatory water fluoridation. This week we had a chat with the group to find out more about the effects of fluoridation and their efforts to keep it out of the Southwest's water supply.
In Australia, we are given access to clean drinking water. However, many people aren't aware that fluoride is being added to it. Today we find out about this controversial topic.
Public water fluoridation is the deliberate addition of a chemical compound releasing fluoride ions for the purpose of preventing tooth decay.
Most of so-called fluoride that's used in Australia is actually hexafluorosilicic acid, which is a very toxic industrial waste product from the processing of superphosphate fertiliser. All of the fluoride, or most of the fluoride in Western Australia, comes from the CSBP superphosphate plant in Kwinana. It's also contaminated with arsenic, lead, mercury, cadmium and chromium. The average in Western Australia is 92%. 92% of the state's population receive public drinking water that is fluoridated. And I believe the Health Department has a policy that every town above a population of 3,000 is to be fluoridated or is being fluoridated. The exception and the largest piece of, the largest area in the state that's not fluoridated is Eaton, just north of Bunbury, down to Margaret River. So it's the southwest coastal region, and that represents a population of about 150 to 170,000 people. We believe that the West Australian Health Department have intentions to fluoridate that region possibly sometime this year, so we're calling out to all our supporters, especially to those in the southwest region.
If they are supplying a product knowingly will harm people sensitive to fluoride, such as people in hospitals and people with kidney disease, etc., they would be committing a criminal offence because it is illegal to supply any product for a medical benefit without approval by the Therapeutic Goods Association. And the Bunbury Water Corporation was sent a notice of this.
What do you wish to do in order to reduce fluoridated water?
The main aim of Fluoride Free WA is to educate people and increase the awareness of three things. First of all, that fluoride is not safe. Secondly, that fluoride is not effective. And thirdly, that the fluoridation of public water supplies is a breach of basic medical protocol. And it's a breach of medical protocol because, as John said, it's not informing the public. It's not obtaining any consent to put a medication in the water, and it's not tailoring the dosage according to the individual's specific circumstances. And as he gave the example, somebody with impaired kidney function, for example, they're going to be more susceptible to the damage of fluoridation or fluoride. So any drug that's administered to anyone should be prescribed, and that is individually tailored according to the individual circumstances.
There are a number of medical harms linked to fluoride. There are over 300 studies that show fluoride to be a neurotoxin. There are over 100 animal studies that show fluoride affects cognition and memory. There are 52 human studies showing fluoride lowers IQ in humans.
I think many Australians are complacent about the subject of fluoridation because for 50 years, in 1968, fluoride was first started in Perth. The Australian public have heard for so long that fluoride is safe and effective, and that the various state governments approve of it. They're complacent, and that complacency really is based on ignorance. Ignorance is a strong word, and by ignorance what I mean is they have a lack of awareness. They're just simply not aware of the modern research, and by modern I mean in the last 20 years. So we're calling out to all our supporters, especially to those in the southwest region, to come to our website, fluoridefreewa.org, to register their support, and to our Facebook page, or to find out more information about the plans for fluoridation in the southwest.
This is Stephanie Acevedo reporting for Undercurrent.
And finally tonight we visit with the Karl Andrews Foundation, who hold an annual camp in Broome for children undergoing cancer treatment. We spoke with the organisers to find out more about this inspiring event.
Imagine being 10 years old and diagnosed with a life-threatening disease. For young Karl Andrews, this was a reality. In 1998, he was diagnosed with leukemia, and his last dying wish was to take all the other sick kids at Princess Margaret Hospital on his ward up to Cable Beach, Broome, to, in his words, make them feel better. Unfortunately, Karl tragically lost his battle with leukemia, but his legacy lives on with the Karl Andrews Foundation. Joining me today is Roger Lewis, the Karl Andrews Foundation Camp Coordinator. How many kids have you got at the camp this year?
We've got 17 this year, and we've got three of the staff from the what used to be PMH, and then we've got a range of carers from the foundation itself that come every year. All the money that we use is all donated. We've got a number of sponsors, and we started with individual people buying tickets for the kids, but then we've now grown, and we do fundraising throughout the year to support this and support the houses that we run for the kids.
If someone wants to contribute and put in for this fundraiser, where can they find out some information?
Jump on the website, karlandrewsfoundation.com.au. That'll tell you all about how you can donate.
So tell us the history. How did the Karl Andrews Foundation get started?
Kyle was actually a Broome boy. He was a bit of a surfer dude. He got leukemia, and so the family and the Broome community were doing a fundraiser at the Sun Pitches. We were invited along, and we went along to donate, and that's where Jero, who was Kyle's dad, told us about the fact that he wanted all the kids that he met in hospital to come up to Cable Beach, sit down on the sand and feel better. That really resonated with us, and so we decided that if we could do it, I actually said to him on that night, if you can get the kids to Broome, we'd run the camp.
What does it take from you guys as a team of staff to make this happen for the kids?
It's a lot of behind the work scene, but the Broome community is amazing. They open their hearts, they give you everything for nothing. And they are just fabulous. But we've also now got a whole range of people who have been touched, and there's a huge support base out there. We're just one of the lots and lots of charities that are doing all sorts of fantastic work, but we're a Broome-based charity, and just about everyone in Broome supports what we do. We've now got some people in Perth who are coming on board. Our patron, Justin Langer, he attends every camp, but unfortunately he's now become the Australian cricket boss, so he wasn't there this year. That's the first time for a very long time. But he's also, he knows the right people and sends them our way, so we've got a heck of a lot of support from a lot of different areas.
And this year there was someone else that came up with you guys to help out with that. Can you tell us who that was?
We had a young fella by the name of Cameron Bancroft. Cameron's been fantastic. He's only 25. He's got a few hassles in his life at the moment, but he's handling them fantastically well. He's just a fabulous guy that has mixed in with the kids, and they've had an awesome time. I think for anyone who's 25, being with these kids, some of these people are little old people because of the nature of what they've faced and the reality of the fact that some of them won't grow old. And so it's been able to help these sort of kids become kids, have the time of their life, do sorts of things that the Broome community offer is a real privilege, and I'm sure Cameron thinks that's the case.
This has been Laura for Undercurrent.
And that's all we have time for this week's episode of Undercurrent, but tune in next week for more Perth stories. I'm Deanna Cooney, your host. See you then.